Good morning everybody, it's Crypto Insight UK here, back with another YouTube video. It is the 2nd of June 2021, 11 AM BST, that's the time here in the UK. I have some sunburn on my ears and the back of my neck because I went water skiing last night. Whee! It was actually pretty sick, although I'm pretty awful at it, which is annoying because I'm quite competitive with myself and I'm quite a good snow skier, so I was a bit disappointed with myself. But we go again, guys, we go again, we do for sure. So let's get into the charts today then. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. It's kind of doing what I thought it would do. Kind of trending sideways. I would like to see some bullish momentum come out of it and break away from these sort of areas that we're at now. We are looking in a dangerous area for a rollover. We could come back down and test the 33,000 or again down to 30 if we don't start seeing some bullish momentum come through. We need some more volume to come in down here. Like as you can see, when we were selling off over here, we had lots of volume come through. We're still waiting for that to come back into the market. We are slowly moving up from this bottom here from the last few days. How long ago was that? We've moved from the very trough there in the last 3 days. We're up 11%. So if we do the same sort of movement over the next 3 days, another 11%. We could be up to 41,000 in the next 3 days. That could probably be alright, but I do want to see us break above these recent highs here. And realistically, above this 42,000 high over here that we formed after we wicked down to the 30,000 mark. They're the areas that I want to see us start to break out of. It is cool to see us consolidate and not rolling straight over. So this does signal to me that we could be waiting for some news or some bullish information for a move up. If we can get a bit more positive momentum in the charts, we'll probably be up and flat around this sort of price range here, and we'll get a bullish crossover on the MACDs, and we could start to look, not on the MACDs, on the EMAs, and we could start to look for a push up above this 42,000 and back into this 46,000 and a half range before we go on to set our higher highs, which I presume that we will do. Looking to top out at around 73 or 70 to $73,000 of Bitcoin. We could go as high as 80 odd, 81,000, but let's see what happens. My target personally is to get into the top end of this Fibonacci retracement range for Bitcoin. So let's have a look at what Ethereum's doing. I haven't really checked in on Ethereum for a while, so this is going to be straight off the top. As you can see, Ethereum bottomed out at 173. Actually, this is something $1,730. This is something I wanted to talk about actually. So if you look at Bitcoin and how on Bitcoin we wicked down to about $30,000, then we had our second low, which wasn't quite as low at 31,000. If you look at what the altcoins did, they wicked down not quite. They wicked down to, so for Ethereum, it wicked down to 1,800, but then its second bottom actually wicked down further. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But one thing that this does show is that altcoins are recovering faster than Bitcoin in terms of percentage, and I always look for percentage gain when I'm looking to make any kind of investment. So we're up 55% from the very bottom on Ethereum, and where are we on Bitcoin? From the very bottom, which again was a few days before for Bitcoin, we are up 24%. So you would almost make double your money if you put your money into Ethereum, Ethereum's bottom. You can kind of see that reflected in the Bitcoin dominance chart here. We did have a big spike up there, and that is this section here. So this section here is where we had the spike up in Bitcoin dominance here. Because it didn't come down as low as what the altcoins did, because they created a second bottom which was lower than the first. Bitcoin's first wick bottom was actually lower than the second, so that's where we got some dominance back for Bitcoin. But since then, the altcoins have been recovering faster than Bitcoin. So let's have a look at XRP's bottom and how far that recovered. So far, XRP has recovered 57%. So let's get into XRP. Actually, let's go back to Ethereum for a little second. What are we looking for Ethereum? It's struggling between this range that I kind of drew in a few weeks ago of $2,500 and $2,700. One good thing to take note of is that the EMAs have just crossed bullish again. If we can continue this bullish cross, where we had one here, but let's see, that was kind of a fake out. If we have a look at this last time, it crossed bullish, which is over here, a bullish cross here, and so there. We could be looking at a 71% move for Ethereum, and where would that take us? That would take us up to about the all-time high sort of area. Well, all-time high is 64, and above the all-time high is 71 is about $4,500. That's the sort of move we want to be looking for. A lot of the altcoins are setting up for a move like this. It just depends on what's going to happen with Bitcoin. We could really see the altcoins start pumping off here. If that does happen, then we could be coming towards the end of this bull run, which I think we could be doing anyway, but we never really know until we see what happens with Bitcoin. Personally, I think Bitcoin will start to move onwards and upwards from this zone. We're just waiting for the bulls to step in. So, XRP has confirmed its bullish cross on the hourly with the EMAs. It's pretty decent looking cross as well, because it's cut straight up through the 200 EMA, the 50 has. Where did we get a last cross like this? You could say here's one. And where did we move last time we did that? We moved to, sorry, we'll go to there, the last time it crossed. That's a 25% upwards move, which I think would be about right, because I think we'll take us into about the 133s where I'm looking at going with our next, for our next resistance. So 25% move, about 128. I thought around this sort of area we would have our next bit of resistance for XRP. But you could also argue that there was a bullish cross in the EMAs here, which there was, but it wasn't the last one. You could see where this took us. That was about a 230% move right there. So we all know with XRP, we are waiting for that news from the SEC. Where did 230% move take us? I need to scroll down here. 230% move would take us all the way up to around all-time high sort of territory, guys, at $3.30. We are waiting for that news from the SEC, help us push up and out of these areas that we've been stuck in. Let's have a look at the MACDs, because I know yesterday they were looking pretty close to a bullish crossover, and we'll go on to the daily and have a look at what's going on the MACDs and the daily. What's going on here? So the MACDs have crossed bullish on the hourly just now, not long ago, crossed bullish on the hourly. And let's have a look on the daily time frame for the MACDs. We were looking for this bullish crossover. Has it come in yet? It, as you can see here, is literally touching now, guys. This is some very positive looking news. It's just crossed bullish. This could be really good for XRP. If we can get a bit of a decent daily close today, I'd like to see a daily close above yesterday's candle. See if we can get an engulfing candle today, which means that this green candle next to yesterday's red candle is the body of the green candle fully engulfs the body of the red. If we can engulf wicks and all, then that would be sweet as a nut, but let's see what happens in terms of that. As you can see, we did tweeze up double bottom on the 200-day moving average. I did talk about this in my Telegram group chat when it's this double tweezer bottom started to form with the green engulfing candle next to it. Pretty bullish sort of reversal signal there. We're still waiting obviously on what Bitcoin's doing, and we need to break above this resistance level here that's been holding us down about 109 sort of area. If we break above this, we break above the 50-day moving average on the daily, we could be looking, as I said, into the 130 sort of zone. After that, we've got some more resistance at 150, 175, $2, but then after that, that's all she wrote, guys, for me, and we're off up towards the all-time high. So that's what we're looking for XRP. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. On the MACD on the daily for Bitcoin also has crossed bullish, which is pretty cool. Let's hope that this brings some positive momentum to the market and the bulls come back to town and start buying up again. And this is Ethereum, stuck below the 50-day moving average on the daily. It needs to get that bullish crossover on the MACD, which looks like it's about to happen as well. So for me, guys, the market is starting to look up. We do really need a big push out of Bitcoin to get it above these EMAs and really signal that we are in that uptrend again. Let's go to the total market cap. Total market cap is still bouncing along that 200 moving average, and we have had the bullish cross on the MACDs there as well. We'll go and have a look at the hourly because there was something I wanted to cover there. As you can see here on the hourly, we're about to have a bullish crossover with the 50-day EMA going back above the 200. So that's something to definitely keep your eye on. We could have a good day today in terms of percentage gains. I feel like we could have a good push towards the upside. We have had that bullish crossover confirmation on the altcoin market cap. It's still struggling with this support line that or resistance line that I drew in, which was previous support down here. Let's have a look on the daily to show you a bit better. Yeah, so as you can see, this previous trend line that's been used as support many times in this run, broke below it, and now it's struggling to get back above. But we could see a good push today and a candle close above there, and even above the 50-day EMA on the altcoin market cap. That would be super, super sweet. People have been talking about Dogecoin a lot. It's started to pop off a little bit the last day or so. And let's see what sort of a move Dogecoin's had in the last 3 days. So we're up about 40% on Doge in the last 3 days, which is pretty cool to see. If you wanted to see, if you like Doge, I don't really like Doge at all. You want it to be getting above this 42-cent mark before you start getting excited about things. And then we look at 50 cent and 62 and beyond. I don't like Doge. I think it's because Elon Musk has tweeted out about it again. That's what I've heard. So that's probably a reason for Doge's movement. VeChain, fan favourite. We'll have a little look at what's going on here. Again, it's sort of flirting with the 200 EMA. We do need some more positive momentum, bring us back above that 50 EMA and confirm that the bull market is back on, and look to try and take these higher highs out, or these previous all-time highs out. That's what we're looking for in the whole market, really. We've started to, this could be a W bottom here on XLM. We're just needing some more bullish momentum to come through. If we get some kind of news for Bitcoin, that would be sweet. Let's have a look for like an ETF sort of news, or just anything along the lines of new laws being passed or anything like that that could really help us get out of this zone. Or even without that, a lot of the time the bulls can just step in when they want to and take us out of this zone, depending on whether they think the bottom's in or not. So this is the W bottom that I'm talking about, and we can look to head out of there onwards and upwards if we keep this bullish momentum coming through, which I honestly do think we will. There's obviously a world where we don't. We could just come down here, capitulate through this and down towards the 30, and we could potentially go further down, but I personally do not think that that is what will happen. It's just another alternative scenario that could play out. As we are consolidating down here, this is kind of creating a pennant which on a downwards movement is still a continuation pattern, so it would indicate a further downwards movement. So you'd be looking at a further downwards move, something like this, wherever it broke out, which would take us into the 23Ks. But Bitcoin likes to trick everybody, and I could see us doing the absolute opposite and popping out and up into the 47,000 mark. To be perfectly honest, that would be a more likely scenario for what I think. In terms of market sentiment, stock to flow model, those sort of things, they're all pushing towards a breakout on the upside for me. So that's where my mind is with all of this. And that's why I have the opinions that I do, guys. You've got to remember, TA is great, but you've also got to take in fundamental analysis, what's going on in the news, and other market indicators, especially when you're looking at an emerging market like cryptocurrency. They're all things that I take into consideration when I start looking at the charts. They could kind of provide me a background, and then I use my TA to see where we're going to go from there. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my TA. I'm still going to continue with my live on TikTok. I'm going to talk to you guys a bit more, but I'm going to finish the YouTube video now, stop recording the YouTube, and I'll be speaking to you on TikTok live. So I hope everyone enjoyed this YouTube video. Guys, if you want to be part of my paid technical analysis chat, remember there's a link in the description or my bio. If you're on TikTok, have a look at the Patreon. I do one-to-one sessions. We can talk about anything you like in there as well. Otherwise, there's a free Telegram group chat, or if you need any links to hardware wallets or new to exchanges, have a look at all the links in my description and bio. Till that time, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.